But anyway, that desert was lying empty, and you saw it differently.
No, geographically, if you talk, Burj Khalifa has become the heart of Dubai today. And this Maidan Sobha development is exactly 2 kilometers off Burj Khalifa. And Sobha Heartland is exactly 3.3 kilometers off Burj Khalifa. And when we drive from Dubai Mall, it's 3.5 minutes. Like, I have done it 20 times, different timings, to find out, what exactly is the time needed.
So you're effectively right in the catchment area?
Right in the heart of the city.
Yeah.
Right in the heart of the city.
But a lot of people didn't see that. Yeah. And why was that? I mean, it was so obvious to you and not obvious to
people.
People
were very negative at that point of time. When the recession happens, it is a herd mentality.
Right.
That is where, that's where you make the difference. So most of the people, it is a herd mentality. Because
when everybody is going this way, you say business people have to look the other way. Okay, let's talk. We've spoken a lot about your successes. Can you share some epic failures in your life? And what did you learn from that?
I'll tell you an epic failure. There was a friend of mine, a very impressive friend of mine. I don't want to tell his name. So he came and saw me. He was living in Bahrain, and he came to me in Bangalore, my office in Bangalore. And he said, I got great ideas, and here's a doctor, somebody. I don't want to tell the name of the person, it's not fair to the person. So I was extremely impressed with a lot of action, a lot of this thing, style, this, that. I come from a village. I cannot have all that style. Even if I try, it will not work. His style was great. So I was very impressed. He said, so we went to a technology business, which is completely out of my domain. I did not know head or tail of the business. And, I used to sign everything for him, blank signature. And I signed the document for about $100 million. We have a festival in our village, where the temple festival, wherein there is a particular cracker. It's a special cracker, which goes up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 steps, and then it will come, it will spread, and it will fall down. So this business went up like that and failed. And I lost $100 million like that. So that is one of so I used to think that delegation to another entrepreneur cannot be a great idea. You create your own team, you have to watch your business. Especially, today, the assurance part of the business is extremely critical for any businessman. Assurance has to be there with you on the side to make sure that there's a check and balance system which has to be very strong, which has to work like a 24 hours, 365 days mechanism.
So this check and balance system in your business today,
now I have
very tight.
Very, very, very scientifically, because I've started believing that we have put that in place very properly with proper ERP and checks and balances.
Have people let you down in your business life? Have they run away with money from you? And how did you react to that?
See, I don't want to.
Don't name people, but
there are certain people, who have let me down. But historically, if you really look at a business span of about 40, 44 years, I would say that nothing very significant.
Would that be because you are good with them? Would that be because you are careful? What is the secret? Because how many people around this room have been screwed regularly in business? Okay, the others are doing really well, so obviously I'm in the minority. So may I come and spend a little bit of time with you to learn? But perhaps because I'm a little innocent and trusting, that could be my weakness. But seriously, it's a very valid question, is how have you protected yourself from people not taking advantage of you or people not letting you down too much?
People taking advantage is very limited, because people cannot see me most of the time.
Okay.
So I'm not available for somebody to come, because I hardly meet people. Unless it's absolutely, the people I meet generally are my colleagues. Right. And the rest of the work is done by the colleagues. I'm in the driving seat.
Right.
I'm not in the seat, when people have to, the conductor's job I don't do. I do only the driving.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you, I said, are you the pilot in the plane, or are you sitting in the air traffic control room, guiding all of your planes and all of your
See, my advantage is because since I came from a very small beginning, I can go to the micro and macro very fast.
Okay.
And that's one advantage I have. Sometimes I go into for example, this financial preparation of this project.
Yes.
My daughter knows it, my son-in-law knows it. It was prepared in about 2 days' time, entire preparation.
Okay.
And there are certain secrets in that which I cannot announce here. Sometime I'll write a book about this project and the evolution of this project, which could be an interesting reading for others. I cannot afford to release that information today. But my daughter knows it, my son-in-law knows it, how that somersault I did. And what exactly could be that some point of time, because for others to read, that it could happen, definitely, but I will suggest that nobody should take that kind of risk in their life, because if you have a comfortable life, please carry on with that. Don't do all that. Even if I write a book after 10 years, if you read that, you should never experiment that as it's only an interesting, like a fiction, you can read it and forget about.
You mentioned that you work closely with your colleagues rather than going all over the place. What are the characteristics and attributes are the most important for you to select somebody?
Somebody in
your company, somebody in your team, in your close team. You have family, that's obviously one starting
I got a very bad reputation in terms of the people who work in my team, because if somebody I select, and it is a very unfortunate thing, 70% of the time they will lose the job within about 3 months' time.
Okay.
So the filtration process is very difficult, because that is the only thing which I have not learned in my life. How do you select a person who, very smart, good CV, postgraduate degree in engineering, or master's from London School of Economics, or Harvard degree, and Kellogg's degree, all that I've seen. At the end of the day, you find that when you start working with you over a period of 2-3 months, the evaluation many a times, it is not arrogance, I say, so what are these universities producing at the end of the day? Many a times I've asked, not that I have a degree with me, but I ask a question to myself. How is that, this kind of people are produced by these great universities? So the biggest challenge for any businessman today is to get the right kind of people to work for you.
True, but you said that 70% of the people exit in 3 months. That means bad selection from you?
I think I probably could be.
Because, the good part is, in my business life I've learned is, fail fast. If you made the wrong decision, make it and kill it immediately, as opposed to lingering on 1 year, 2 years, and by that time everything gets in. So is that how you do it? You're
no,
very
3 months, if they survive within 3 to 6 months, then it's a lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lifetime. 3 months to 6 months is very extremely critical for the person to this thing, because this is one of the things I would like to hear from others, what exactly is the truth.
I was going to open it up.
Yeah, because this is something which I would like to hear from others, because this is my view, and the most difficult thing for any businessman, especially to scale, it's an inverted pyramid, you have to grow. So when you grow at different levels, the number of people who work for you will be very large, and the pyramid goes, the degrees are different, the geometry works very differently. So all the time you are looking for people. And my most difficult thing in business today is how do you create the right kind of people? Not that we are not able to create, but the filtration process is not that easy. And you need a lot of time. I always say you take about 15 years time to develop a business. The 15 years per time is an evolution. I'm not talking about small business. I'm talking business when you achieve a minimum target of 500 million to $1 billion business. If you have to build, you got to necessarily look at people as the most critical factor in your growth.
May I please stay with that for another minute, and I'll open up to questions. In those 3 to 6 month period, what are the 2 or 3 things that make you happy? Or what are the 2 or 3 things that they leave because of that? Because just not being good enough is not specific enough. What are you looking at? Are you looking at loyalty? Are you looking at dedication? Are you looking at skill? What is...
For me, the most important thing is capability relevant to the job. I say the Peters principle, you know, which is very important. Suppose somebody is employed, X is employed, and there is a Peters principle, and let's put a level of competence, you know. The level of competence is 1 to 10 scale, need is about 8. And you, over a period of time, find that the person is not able to perform. The level of incompetence comes at the scale 5. And then your requirement is 8. And then you start behaving a little, you know, pressure comes to the employee. And the person may struggle to reach at about 6. And then you have no other choice other than getting rid of the person at the earliest.
Okay. What I think we'll do is we're sort of 3/4 of the way through our session. Let's open it up to some questions and make it a little bit more interactive and get some insights, and then we'll do a little closing session for 5 minutes.
Thank you.
So, any questions, any thoughts? Yeah.
Mohammed, I run Independent Strategy Boutique. Thank you very much for insightful discussion. I have a two-part question. One is that how much, first of all, what do you call the success? Is it the money? Is it the buildings? What's the success in your eyes? And second question is regarding sheer luck. And the second part of the question is regarding the luck. How much luck has played the role in your overall success? Thank you.
Thank you.
First thing, money, you know, money. I never believe that money is the first. Success is a very important factor in life. For me, success is the most important thing. Money is only a byproduct of success. It is not money. The moment you start chasing money, either you will not have a reputation, you will not have a brand, you will have probably money, probably. But I will say that you definitely should chase success and money becomes a byproduct. This is my belief. First thing. Luck plays a part. I think you are, I mean, I will say that luck is definitely a part of this thing, but you have to really, really work hard to, even if you are lucky. If you say that I'm lucky, so a lot of people I've seen, they don't work hard, they make a lot of money. But if you have to build a great business with a reputation, with a brand value, you got to necessarily work really hard with the luck element.
First of all, thank you very much for sharing your wisdom and experience. My name is Nimish Makwana. I would like to ask you, when you talk about the employees, that first you look for the capabilities. What I believe, I agree that capability is required, but most important thing is the integrity is required for any employee, because if you take the case of Enron, why they collapsed? Because there was a lack of integrity amongst the staff as well as amongst the auditor, and that's the reason, like Arthur Andersen, the one of the top big 5 firm collapsed and their existence is no more because lack of integrity. So I agree that capability is very much important, but integrity plays more significant role, because if you have a capable staff, but if integrity is not there, then it will damage you more. My question is that how only capability you are rating, because like if suppose, because I am also one of the CEO of my company, so when I hire a people, then I first see the integrity and then I see the capability.
I understand.
So I just want to have your view.
Get the question? Yeah.
For me, there are 3 important requirements, especially at this managerial level. One is capability. Then comes creativity and the integrity. All the 3, first capability. If the person is not capable, I don't want to even talk about the integrity. We first check capability, and over a period of time, if the person is not creative, the capability is not important for me. And once these 2 things are in place, the next one is the integrity. If the 3 are in place, the person, within 3 months, will be able to understand all that. 80% of the people will get removed because of the capability. If there's no integrity, we don't spare the person at all.
Great. Thank you very much, sir. There's a gentleman there.
My first question is, what strategies make you stand apart from your competitors like DLF, minus Mr. Vadra issues? So what are the strategies that you employ in your company which makes you stand apart from your competitors? That's one question.
Can we take that question one
Sure.
at a time? What strategies do you employ against your hardcore competitors?
See, one thing I've seen in success is you've got to be extremely creative in terms of out-of-the-box thinking. If you're going to do anything, I always say one thing in life. I'm getting into a business. Now, we have just registered the name in London, and the business is to copy something like CBRE or the Jones Lang, a Knight Frank, a company like that. If you really ask me, why do you start that business? There are only about 10 global people. My answer to that is, if there are 10 global people, as 11th entrant, there is a space. It should be cannibalizing somebody's business and you take it. So there is an opportunity there. But strategy means, then comes the strategy. You are 100% sure as a businessman that if 10 people can survive in any area of business, 11th entrant, we are talking about global business. 11th entrant, I will say, I will survive. As a businessman, but the strategy, the main strategy, if you don't have out of the box you have to think all the time. And unless you think out of the box, unless you are able to bring that extra additional value to your business, nobody is going to pay you and you are not going to be successful. First question.
Thank you for inviting me to this beautiful event. My name is Ahmed Talib. I am an investor here. Sorry. Yeah, I am an investor here. 2001, I bought the first villa from Amar, Meadows 1. Okay, it was like 1.3 million dirham. Okay, the years passed by. In 2004, I bought another one in Arabian Ranges for 1.8. Then again, I bought another one in Old Town, Miska. Then I bought another one 2008 in Arabian Ranges, which Amar al-Bawadi. Then those days the crack and Amar fulfilled hand over the properties until today. So what is your advice for the new investor who's invest their capital? And what your vision for the future, like 2020? What do you see? What your vision for?
I understand.
Thank you very much.
That really is the question.
I've been in the real estate business for the last 20 years. Many friends have asked the same question you asked me. Is it a good investment? I said I cannot say that because I'm not an astrologer. I do real estate business, I build and I sell. And I will say that if you really ask me, as a friend, tomorrow you come and ask me, is it a good investment? I said, I don't know. That decision you'll have to take. It's a very cyclical business. Real estate is a very cyclical business. Some people are very lucky, like stock market, to enter at the right time to get out of it. As a developer, I will not suggest anything at all. It's a decision, commercial decision, the person will have to take. And like stocks, I've seen one thing in my life. Wherever I invest in stocks, that stock will be coming down within about 3 months. It will become 1/3 the price that I purchased. So I decided not to enter the stock. But when I started working with one company in India, which is Infosys, I do most of the building. I've already built 35 million square feet for them. And in that 35 million square feet company, which I know reasonably, I know how the company works in terms of the growth plans, etc., etc. I never buy a share because the reason I'm scared that if they come down, my business also will come down. The 35 million square feet construction business. So I don't buy the shares. So this is exactly like shares. You have to take the company cannot guarantee anything to you. So you got to take a commercial decision whether you want to buy a property. I will say a lot of people come and ask me, I want to buy your house. I said, for what? No, I like your house, I want to buy one. If you don't use it, please don't buy it. To friends I say this all the time. To all of you I may not say the thing, I would like you to come and buy my house, so it's a business for me. But if as a friend I will say, no, please take the decision carefully. If you don't do it, if you don't need it, don't buy it.
Thank you. Your vision for 2020.